Here's up, guys. In this video we're going to be going over parts, the mixer, and the signal path, basic signal path of the synthesizer. Alright, so you basically, how some synthesizers, they go left to right. This one goes top to bottom, basically. So you have your two parts here. Remember that, you have two parts. We will init right now. We initted, that's always fun to do, and that gives us a plain slate. Right, simple saw. You have each oscillator in their own respectful little modules right here, right? And then that is controlled by your amplifier envelope here, which is like the changes of your amplitude, so you can have it fade in. We'll get into that. Each of these goes into a filter, right? So we can have oscillator A going into filter A, and oscillator AB going into filter A, right? So we can kind of route them if you want. Oscillator 2 or oscillator B to go into the filter, or not go into it, you can do that. And it's all well and fun. And you can completely bypass them. Alright, so we'll just have it like that. We have the filter going into our effects section here. And then it goes in a linear way, right? So it goes into distortion, the phaser, the chorus, the EQ, the delay, reverb, and compressor, and you can't rearrange these. But you don't need to, because that's how it gets its sound, and that's what you want. The arpeggiator is kind of like a MIDI effect, so it kind of goes into the gate before everything else. So imagine it up here. Alright, so yeah, it goes from that, and then it goes out to this mixer section, right? So you have mix A and B. Part A and part B, it's all super fun, and you can mix them in your maximum volume is over here. Simple mixer section, not rocket appliances. Every modulation section here. Now this will modulate almost every parameter here, right? And this little drop down menu here, your cutoff, you can do some cool stuff with your cutoff. Right, you can do all sorts of neat stuff. Much like the amplifier envelope, you can do cool stuff with the cutoff, which is good for plucks and like basses and such. LFO is just another oscillator, but it affects certain things like the pitch. Right, you can do all sorts of fun stuff with that. And your modulation source. So you can have the source say how hard you press the key, your mod wheel. You can have your mod wheel affecting the, no, not the pitch, the cutoff. Why not? And we'll just give that a value. Right, good for kind of a performance aspect. That is the general signal path, right? So these are the bottom. These aren't necessarily part of the signal, they're just injected into separate parts here, right? And you can do all sorts of fun stuff with that. It's a great synth to learn on. Again, you have part A and B, and the filter control and all these modulations are shared between parts A and part B. So you can have kind of a master filter controlling both filter A and filter B, right? And yeah, that is the basic parts, the mixer and the signal path. Hope you learned stuff. Hopefully it wasn't overwhelming. We'll get into some more fun stuff, and hope you take care and have a good one. We'll be back.